and saying that the governor doesn't know what he's praying with, and his advisors, I don't know whether Mutuma was envisaged, are not educated.
I saw him saying that.
You saw him say that. Do you agree with him?
That is his opinion. I don't agree with it.
You do not agree with him.
Yes.
It's important that goes on record. His witness do not agree with the content of that video.
Not the video, but the content of the speech.
To that extent. I've said to that extent.
Yes.
Then in the prayer that you say is a prayer of mockery, before we go there, the governor responds to these statements by the individuals I've referred to. And she says that whether she is cast, whether they wear pink or purple, there will be blessing upon her. Do you remember her saying that?
Yes.
She says it doesn't matter what she's doing, it's good, and whether the priests are wearing purple or pink, there will be blessings. You remember that?
Yes.
You also remember that she refers to a passage in the Bible and refers to a character in the Bible called Barak.
Yes.
And what does it say, Barak, what happened to Barak? Was it Barak or Balaam?
I think it's Balaam.
Balaam.
Yes.
What happened to Balaam? He was sent to go and curse people of God, but he was tongue-tied.
Yes.
You remember that story in the Bible?
Yes.
So, when the governor is likening utterances by Macarena, which you do not agree with, to that story of Balaam, is she really mocking the church, or she's just giving a scenario for the church to learn from, or for the people to learn from, like Macarena?
In my evidence, I'm talking about the mocking of the video, the mock prayer, not
No. I'm coming to that one. I'm coming to that one. But to that extent, do you think there was anything wrong with the governor citing a story in the Bible and correlating it?
There was nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. Thank you very much. There was also the mock prayer. This was at Igoji Secondary School.
Yes.
And do you know the history of the foundation of that school?
Yes.
Do you come far away from the locality of that school?
No.
How far away?
It's in Imenti South,
And
in Igoji West, in Igoji East Ward,
Yes.
and I'm also in Imenti South, Abogeta West.
Okay.
So it's these 2 wards that separate us.
two wards apart.
1 ward actually.
So this school is a Harambee school.
Yes.
Harambee school means that citizens, private citizens, contributed pieces of land to bring up one parcel of land to become a school.
Yes.
That's the meaning.
Yes.
So this school was created out of the efforts, of the Harambee efforts of the community.
Yes.
And they brought land.
Yes.
And they initially built a school. Initially there was a school. Whether or not the church, I'm coming to the construction by the church.
Yes.
Initially there were classes.
I cannot confirm
You
who
cannot
who
confirm.
built, because the church was given as a trustee, so they built the school there. They were given the land and built as a trustee and built the school.
But were they given terms on how to manage the school?
So whenever land is given to a trustee,
Yeah.
so the trustee puts in, like it used to be in that time, probably the principal to oversee,
Yes.
funded by the trustee, or the trustee is involved somehow in the selection of the management committee, and a representative of the trustee is there to oversee what is happening.
Thank you. This was a Harambee school.
Yes.
It is registered as such.
Yes.
So by the time the church is being given the school,
Yes.
it's already a going concern, or it's a running school, by the time they are being made a trustee. Or was the church given empty land?
The church was normally what used to happen when these lands were consolidated,
No.
they were given a trustee so that they don't get grabbed or disappear.
Yes.
So the church was given as a trustee
Yes.
of that land
Yes.
when it was consolidated from the public.
Okay, thank you. In relation to this particular school, would you know whether the community had any concerns about the school? Management or otherwise?
I wouldn't know because
wouldn't.
somehow
Yes.
the trustee was running the school and they closed it down.
They closed
So it
it
has
down.
been running closed for quite some time when the county came in to lease the facilities around it.
Thank you very much. The school has been closed.
Yes.
Approximately from when?
I cannot speak to the time, but
Was it
the school was closed.
Before COVID?
No, that school could have been closed maybe 2010 or thereabout. A long time ago. The classes have just been lying there.
Oh, over
with the
10
trustee
years.
doing other things in the compound.
The trustee are doing something else in
Yes.
the compound. Thank you very much. So, did you know about the functioning of this school, or what the trustees are doing, or why the county assembly has leased, the county government has leased back the school?
I would know that the county government leased the land
First of all,
from the
tell us
trustee.
whether you know or you don't, so that you know whether we move on to that question.
Whether I know why the county leased.
Yes, and under what terms?
Yes, I know the county leased the hospital.
Yeah?
They leased the classes for use by the Merit Service.
They leased the
Yes,
classes?
from the trustee.
Okay. What is it being used for now by the county?
To train youth under the Merit Service, whereby once they are recruited,
Yes.
they go there for discipline training and so many other things before they are posted to various colleges.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Was that list the subject of discussion or debate in the county assembly, whether in the current one or the previous one?
The previous one I was there, it was not a subject of discussion.
Yes.
It never arose.
Yes.
The current one, the matter has not yet come to the assembly.
So if it was not debated in the county assembly in the previous assembly,
Yes.
I saw the list was entered in 2019.
Yes.
Honorable members, I'm referring to a lease agreement in the governor's bundle of documents, volume 2, and it commences at page 112. So when that list was entered in 2019, it is possible there are even so many MCAs who do not know what are the nature of operations in that premises.
Yes.
It's true.
It's true.
If MCAs who are the leaders do not know, it's also possible that the citizens may not know.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Yes.
It's also possible that the governor, since she was not the governor in the previous government, she may not be aware the terms of engagement of those facilities. Is that possible?
It's not possible.
Why?
Because she went there knowing very well with documents,
with
requests for payment. So I believe she was briefed by
No. I want you to answer
Yes.
to matters of personal knowledge,
Yes.
not belief.
Yes.
Give us what you know. And you tell us, I know the governor knows because there is this letter where she inquired and she was informed by this house or by this office.
Yes.
Do you know of such communication that makes it peremptory, the knowledge of the governor?
I do not know.
You do not know.
Yes.
That day, the governor made a prayer,
Yes.
the famous prayer.
Yes.
And the prayer was also played here.
Yes.
In that prayer, the governor starts by exalting and appreciating the role the church has played.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yes.
Do you have a problem with that?
No.
But she also says that whatever the church has done wrong, God to enter into them and do right thing. And whatever is not theirs, they return. You remember
Yeah, she
statements in the
said.
prayer?
Yeah, she said that in the prayer. They returned 5 million.
They returned 5 million.
Yes.
Very well. And that was the mocking statement, in your view.
Yes.
That is what is deemed vilification of church leaders.
Yes.
So when I tell you that the governor made an inquiry later, and she understood that land had actually been leased, and these persons were trustees, would you say that that is not accurate, or she was already in view of the knowledge, based on your personal information, personal knowledge? Would you know?
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Honorable members and Honorable Chair, there is a report that the governor sought on the status of this land. And as you've said, you've heard this report is at page 137, bundle of documents in support of the governor's answer, volume 2, at page 137.
Yes, Council.
Yes, and at page 143 that follows, there is a document from the church. And you can see in that document, the church explains what it understands is the nature of that land and the two public institutions operating on that land.
Through the chair.
Thank you.
Chairman, I do not want to question my colleague's style, but wouldn't it be better if he led these documents during the taking of his own witness and use his time to put questions to this witness about the things that he has told this committee?
I think, Council,
Yes.
the senator has a point.
Yes.
But I don't want to take away anything from you, because even the guidance the senator is giving you, you are still within the framework. Because what you are asking arose when the Council of the County Assembly was making their case. But the senator we are requesting you, that which you can reserve for your time tomorrow, do so, and here just highlight. It don't look like you're prosecuting your case.
Very well.
Yeah.
I understand. I'm aware of this.
And for information,
Yes.
the County Assembly did 1 hour 45 minutes, and you have now done 1 hour 10 minutes. And in usual practice,
Yes.
your side cannot be given the same time. You're just supposed to, or am I out of?
No, Chairman.
Your time is supposed to be shorter.
In
really.
a quarter of an hour,
Yeah.
I'll wrap up.
Yeah. Quarter of an hour.
Quarter of an hour.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
Members, you okay? Very well.
There is one last charge on verification of readers. There was an MP called Mpuru.
Yes, yes. Puruaburi.
Have you talked to him about this motion?
Yes, I did.
Did you receive any statement from him?
I did not take any statements
You
from
did
him.
not take any statements from
Yes.
him. He's a leader in Meru County.
Yes.
If he feels despised, he has ways of also approaching the governor or the relevant authorities.
He also has ways of complaining on his own.
He has also ways of complaining on it.
Yes.
And you have not seen the honorable member petition the county assembly?
No.
No. I'm going to the one issue which also rotates to the issue of the Igoji Secondary School, the appointment of the first gentleman as a patron of the youth. What is that position?
Patron of the Meru Youth Service.
Youth Service.
Yes.
In that video where that appointment was purportedly made by the governor, she followed with another appointment of the first gentleman as the ambassador of the hustlers for Meru.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yes.
These hustlers, would you call them or classify them amongst the youth or the senior citizens in the county?
Hustlers are maybe the people who are struggling.
people who are struggling.
Yes.
They are mostly the youths without jobs.
It's not really the youth who are struggling in this country.
Mostly. I've used the word mostly.
We can say that.
We can say that.
Yeah.
You do not agree, or do you agree?
With the term answers,
in your understanding, I've, by the way, really admired your eloquence and appreciation of the English language. I'm very impressed. Yeah. In your understanding of the English term patron, what do you understand it to mean? In the ordinary language.
patron is like an overseer, someone who oversees what is happening in a particular area.
Let me put it otherwise. A patron is a ceremonial office. A patron is invited for ceremonies when a club or an organization or a group have a ceremony or an event. Patron, people go for advice. They go to seek sponsorship. They go to seek connections with sponsors. And that's why even persons who frequent the watering holes, we are patrons to those bars. That's correct?
That's correct.
Because we support them.
That's correct.
So if I tell you that the understanding of the term patron is not a creature of a county office, but a ceremonial office for that purpose only, would you refute?
In this context?
No, in my context.
In your context, I will
Would you
not
say
refute.
yes or no?
In your, from
No,
the definition,
Answer my question so that
I don't refute.
You do not refute.
Yes.
So you do not refute.
Yes.
Okay. There was the issue of the county order. I mean the order from the court, the
Yes.
conservatory order.
Yes.
When the motion was quashed,
Yes.
you sought the advice of your counsel for interpretation of that order, as the governor did, on the purport of that order.
Yes, we did.
And
I
you were
did.
advised?
I was advised,
Yes.
and I also read the court order.
No. I want to hear that you were advised that nothing stops you.
We were advised that the court order has quashed
Yes.
the motion dated 22nd November
Yes.
that was supposed to be debated on the November 30th.
Thank you very much.
And that was the...
So
yeah.
when you sought advice from your counsel, you
Yes.
also expect the governor sought advice of her counsel?
Yes.
Would you charge her or verify her for following the advice of her counsel?
I cannot.
You cannot.
Yes.
You received a letter from her counsel explaining why they do not intend to appear, because they do not want to violate their own orders that they got in their own favor. You saw that letter?
I
It's in
saw
the
it.
hazard.
It was read by
Would
the
you
speaker.
verify the governor for following such an advice and communicating to you?
I cannot vilify the governor
cannot
for
verify the
following the
governor.
advice of counsel.
Thank you very much. We are coming to the other issue of public participation. About how many people participated?
Roughly in the region of 3,000, by if you count
In the region of 3,000.
the attachments, yeah.
And about how many approved the motion? How many approved the motion?
It's difficult to say exactly
Roughly.
the number
The
because
same you have estimated roughly.
you can say 60-70% of the respondents were approving the motion because of the circumstances of the day.
60 or 70 people? 70%?
No, I'm saying 60-70% were approving the motion.
70%
Yeah.
were approving the motion. So 70% of about 3,000. And the registered voters in Meru are 879,000. That correct?
That's 810,000.
810,000.
Yes.
Thank you for the exactitude. So in advertising for this motion, you put out radio adverts and newspaper adverts.
Yes.
In your target audience, how many read newspapers? In your estimation, in terms of percentage?
I don't have that statistic, so
Estimation.
I'll be lying
You
if
have
I
formed
give any
so many
number.
opinions, Mr. DMK. How many?
How can you tell how many
You
people read
cannot tell.
newspapers?
Did you advertise that motion in any formal gathering like a church?
The motion was advertised on newspapers and radio.
no.
A formal
I'm asking-
gathering like a church?
Did you advertise in the church?
No?
No. Did you sponsor a road show to advertise the motion?
No.
Did you understand the implications of this motion to overturn a whole election of a governor simply because she was undesirable to you?
I understand the implications
understand the
of,
implications.
of impeachment
Thank you.
as provided by law.
Thank you very much. So you only did 2 advertisements. The other question I want to ask is, were you in the Windsor meeting that was convened, coordinated, and presided over by the chair of the County of Governors?
Yes, I was.
You was.
Yes.
And it was a meeting between the governor and the MCAs?
Yes, and a select team of governors.
And certain team of governors?
Yes.
And you agreed on a way forward?
Yes.
There's also a letter where the governor wrote to the county assembly asking for a consultative meeting to the assembly.
Yes.
All of you had gone to the grassroots. You remember?
Yeah.
Or that's the response the speaker gave.
Yes, yes.
You also remember that in your motion you lament that the governor is going to the grassroots alone?
In the motion, I have not indicated anywhere
Not
about the
if-
governor going to the ground alone, and that's not a crime.
You've not indicated anywhere.
Yes.
In that, when the county speaker said that you people are not available, was there any follow-up on the part of the assembly to propose dates when you could be available to meet the governor?
The burden was on the governor to select,
the burden is on the governor.
to select another date.
How will she know what is convenient a date for you?
By calling the speaker and talking, because the correspondence was between the two.
Did you inform her that she has a burden to call the speaker and arrange a date?
I think she should have read the letter that the speaker wrote.
No. In that letter, did you
Yes.
see anywhere she's told to call?
Yes, the speaker has mentioned that the governor can select another date.
No. I'm talking about, you
Yes.
said a phone call to the speaker to arrange and agree which date is convenient to the MCAs. Is there such a statement in that letter?
There is no statement like
There's
that
no
in his letter.
statement.
Yeah.
You, in the course of examination, cross-examination, you have also admitted that you made certain attributes about the governor that may not be very happy. Would you also like to be prosecuted for those utterances?
Which utterances are these?
That the governor cannot read 1 billion shillings, the governor cannot manage 63 million, the governor is illiterate, the governor
I don't
is
think-
not elegant, the governor is not flamboyant. she's
Counsel, I have
a
not
showboat.
made all those allegations in
Yeah.
my speech. It was about mathematics in that speech, and I do not wish to address issues that you have handed to what I had said in that particular video, because my talk was all about the numbers, and it was a campaign speech anyway before the elections, and the matters before us are events that have happened after the elections. There are so many matters that happened before the elections. If you are going to do campaign speeches,
Yes.
you are going to hand even charges to the governor.
You have said that the governor has violated the Public Finance Management Act.
Yes.
Has the governor expended any money without the approval of the county assembly?
No.
Has he expended any money without a budget?
No.
Has the county lost any money?
None that I'm aware of.
None that you are aware of.
Yes.
Has she paid any ghost worker who is not on the payroll, to the best of your knowledge?
I'm not aware of the payroll and the presence or absence of ghost workers.
You are not aware of.
Yeah.
When the governor came to address the county assembly on 24th of October,
Yes.
and there was a crowd, and then she was pelted with stones, would you ascribe that day as a governor's meeting where she organized a riot, or she had come to address the county assembly?
I don't think she had come in peace.
No, she had not come in peace.
Yes.
But you cannot say she organized riots. Did you see her organizing a
If I
riot?
come with a crowd of goons, you know, by the way they dress and everything, chanting, I think you would be the one who has mobilized them, because there's no way they could have known you are coming so that they come at the assembly.
But the previous day, the county assembly MCAs, including the speaker, had given a public address.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
So could the members have